Introduction to DevOps. When we say DevOps, DevOps is a role for automation. Okay. So DevOps engineers are responsible for automation. Now, what is automation? Anything which can be done automatically, that is automation. Okay. So if someone says that, like automation, it means something can be done automatically. Some work is done automatically. That is automation. And DevOps engineers are meant to do some automation. If you understand this thing, like in the entire Terraform session, what are we going to do? We are going to learn how to automate. And what are we going to automate? I will let you know. But DevOps means that you would like to automate something. Okay. It's actually or DevOps is the another name of automation engineer. So if someone says DevOps engineer, it is actually another name of automation engineer. I tell you how. Okay. But before that, we have to understand few things, and I'll come back to this topic, that is why DevOps engineers are required to work on automation. I'll come on that, but I would like to discuss two things before we actually come on that. Okay. So guys, in IT, right? In IT, in information technology, there are two types of engineers. Okay. First one is software developers. Okay. Software developers. And second one is the administrators. Okay. The admins. Okay. There are two very popular roles. So IT is with us from last 30 years. And from last 30 years, these are the two roles which are consistent. So if like you will find in every organization, you will find software developers and you will find administrators. These are the two roles which you will find everywhere. Okay. Now, when we say software developers, so let's understand what these software developers they do. I mean, we have to understand what are they doing. Okay. Now, in your day-to-day life, you use Netflix application, you use Facebook application, you use Google application. So all these are what? These are the different applications. Google Maps, you use for navigation. Netflix, you use for watching movies. Facebook, you use for posting your new feeds. Okay. You use different applications throughout your daily life. Okay. Software developers are are the engineers who are responsible to develop application. So whichever application you use, let's say that you visit google.com, that is one application. You visit netflix.com, that is another application. Software developers are responsible to develop the application. Okay, they know how to create a new application. So in IT, the people who work as software developers, they know how to create application. Let's say there are a couple of software developers and you ask, can you create the application like Netflix where I can watch movies? They can create an application and give it to you. So software developers are responsible. They write code. Okay, they write code. Code is nothing but a text, you can say text. They write text, and when they write text in such a way that builds an application. Okay, that builds an application. So software developers, they know how to do programming or how to write the code, and that code is converted and it becomes your application. Okay. Now let's imagine that you are running a business. Okay. You are running a business, and for your business, let's imagine that, let's imagine William, you are owning a shop. Okay. You have a shop, you have a store where you sell a lot of clothes. Okay. You sell a lot of shoes, you sell shirts, jeans, you sell those clothes, and you have a store. You would like to get one application for your business, and that application, on that application there should be a lot of products which should be listed, so that your customers can order from this application as well. Instead of coming to your store, they can order something on the application. Now, who is responsible to develop this application, or who is responsible to create this application? Software developers are responsible to develop this application. Imagine I am a software developer And I have written all these files. So if you see over here, I have written this code. Okay, you will not be able to understand it. That's okay if you don't understand it, because I am a software developer. I know how to write this. You might not know how to write this, so that's okay if you don't understand it. But I can understand. Let's imagine that over here, this is the application code I have written. I have created these many files. And now if I run this code, if I run, this is in the technology term, all this text is actually known as code, C-O-D-E, code. So when you run this code, or when you play this code, what will happen? The application starts running. Let me show you how. So now if I am a software developer, you have to come in my shoes and feel that what I'm doing here. So I have written the code over here. Okay, I'm not talking about DevOps engineer right now. I'm not talking about Terraform right now. I am just trying to show you what a software developer does. Okay, so that you are clear that what is actually software developer do. Software developer are responsible to write the code, and with the help of this code, they create applications. Okay, so now over here, if I run this. Okay, see if I run this, I have actually started this application. When I have started this application, and if I go and try to access this application, so this is at 8081. Okay, see, I can access my application over here. You see, this is the application. Now, if I stop it here, right? If I stop this application over here, and if I go back and refresh, see, this application is not working. So it means this code is responsible to run the application. And how did I run this application? With some commands. I actually used uh, like with the help of command, I actually could able to start the application. See, if I want to start the application again, I will again write the npm start and I press enter, and my application will start. And if I go and refresh now, my application is accessible. And that's how even Netflix is running. That's how even Facebook is running. Everything is running in the same way. Okay, but we never see that because we are not software developers. We are normal human beings. We are the users of that application. So we never see what is happening in the background. But what happens in the background? This happens in the background. That there will be a code for Facebook, and there will be someone who started the Facebook application. And that's why when user type facebook.com, they're able to access facebook.com. So Facebook is an application just like Tiny app. Okay. Now let's imagine that I am a software developer. Okay. I can make some changes to the code. Let's say I want to make some changes, and I can over here, I can see some names here, right? Here, I want to change this text. I want to do something, I want to make some changes to the code. So when I want to do this, what I'll do, I'll basically go and make the necessary changes in the file. Now I'm a software developer. I know where the changes need to be done because I am a software developer. So over here, I can put some name. Let's say George. Okay, Spence. Okay, Bucci. Like I can put a lot of names. Okay, and I save this file. And now when I run it again, you will see the change. When I refresh here. Oh, okay, it's not letting me. Yeah, it's not letting me show here. 1 second. Just a second. It should be in the. Okay, I mean, over here. I have to make, I may change over here, but I have to make the changes over here as well. So I'll make the change here and I'll again restart the application. When I started the application again and I refresh, you will see the change on the UI. That's how when there are new features which are added. So recently, Instagram released Reels, a Reels feature. How they do it? They basically made some changes in the code. They restarted the application, and finally, you have started seeing Reels on Instagram, right? So that's how the new releases happen. They basically make the code changes in the background, and you see those changes as a user. You see that, oh, there is a new feature added, but that feature actually gets coded in the background by the software developers, so they can actually go ahead and like they make the changes so that users can use it. Okay, so this is what the role of software developer. They basically write the code. Okay, code or text, whatever you want to say, but in a IT terminology we call it as code. Okay, code, code. So when, or you can say program. So code or program, they write the program, and when they run it, that becomes your application, and that can be used by multiple users. Okay. So this is the software developers they do. Now, IT has softwares. IT also has hardware. Okay, there are two things which IT has. One is software. Software I just showed you. So this is the software which I showed you how it gets built. But we also have hardware. When we say we have the hardware, it means that we have the servers. Okay, we have the servers, we have the computers, we have the machines where this software is going to run. So if you see, essentially this software is running on my laptop. And what is my laptop? My laptop is a machine. Okay. So when I basically want to run any application, I'll be running my application on, I'll be running my application on multiple servers. Okay. So if I want to run this application, I'll be running the application over here, and I'll be running the application over here. So I can run my application on server so that users can come and access it. Okay. Users can come and access it. So there are two things which are involved whenever you want to build your application. First is application itself, and second is the hardware where the application will run. Just like that, I showed you that over here, this is the code of the application, and this application is running on my laptop. Okay, so my laptop is acting as a server. It's acting as a hardware. So my laptop is a hardware, and this is a software. Application is a software, and the my laptop is the hardware. Just like that, to run any application, whether it's Netflix, Facebook, any application, those are the applications are the softwares. Okay. But where does this application run? This application runs on servers, on hardware. Okay. So administrators are responsible to take care of this hardware. Whatever hardware the application runs, administrators are responsible to manage these servers. Okay. Outlook.com is used to send emails. Okay. And like few years back, I used to work for Outlook.com. I was associated with Microsoft and I used to work with Outlook.com. There were in the background, we never imagined, but there are total 80,000 servers which are there in the background. Can you imagine 80,000 servers? So there are 80,000 servers on which Outlook.com runs, and that's why it is available to us. And we can send the email seamlessly because there is a very big IT infrastructure which is sitting in the background, and that is servers. Okay. If you don't have these servers, Outlook.com cannot run. So you need why now you can ask me that, Naman, why why do we need 80,000 servers when the work can be done maybe with one server? Because I ran the application, Tiny app, and I ran it on my one laptop. I'm not having 80,000 laptops. I have only one laptop, and I could able to run the application. You can ask me that, Naman, why do we need 80,000 servers to run Outlook.com? Outlook.com is also an application, and Tiny app, which I just showed you, is also an application. So why do we need one server, one laptop for Tiny app and 80,000 servers for Outlook app? The reason is there are billions of users who are using Outlook.com, and Tiny app is used only by me. So when there are so many users who are trying to use the application, you need so many servers. Okay. So that's why Outlook.com runs on 80,000 servers. Now you can imagine gmail.com. It might be running maybe 100,000 servers. You can imagine we have, you know, uh, Facebook. It might be running on 200,000 servers. So now having all these servers, who are going to maintain these servers? Is it easy to maintain 80,000 servers? So when you buy a car, you have to do maintenance every month. Can you imagine if you have 80,000 cars? So who will be doing those maintenance? If there is a machine, you have to do the maintenance. And when there are 80,000 servers, 80,000 computers, and you have to do the maintenance, who will do it? So the administrators are hired to maintain these servers so that servers like you are taking the regular backups, administrators takes regular backup, they make sure that the servers are running properly and there are no issues. Okay. So software developers, essentially they work as creator of an application, but the machine where the application runs, that is taken care by administrators. Is that clear, everyone?